Play ball!
If they don't win, it's a shame. It's 1, 2, they fight you out of the old game.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Season 2, Episode 16. Tito Talking Tribe here, getting situated from our special sponsor, $2. Not the best lighting, a little shadowy pulling these shades in the bright sun, but either way, we are talking some baseball Friday afternoon here at our official sponsor, $2. Got myself a couple nice cocktails, and the Guardians have heated up a little bit. Swept the Astros, currently sit at 43 and 48 headed for the break with 4 games to go against the White Sox, half of them to be played in a doubleheader today. We have Logan Allen in the afternoon game and Gavin Williams in the night game on the Hill, I do believe. So, personally where I'm at, I was disheartened as anyone with that winless week last week. And thought it would take a good 5 out of 6, 6 out of 7 heater to pull me back in. But here I am, this Astros sweep later, already feeling better about where we're at than where we were. We can't do anything about the hole we dug. All we can do is play who's in front of us and make up some ground. You know, we're a handful of games behind, but we're also chasing a handful of teams that also have talents and aspirations. So, it still doesn't look great even after the sweep. Being 5.5 back, or even the third wild card or so, it's still looking up on the Twins, the Royals, the Red Sox, the Rangers, but a lot better shape than we were. Big sweep of the Astros on the road. The Astros had crept to about almost 20 games above 500, so to not only cool them down, but get a nice sweep in their house, was a great week of baseball for us and a great way to hopefully build a foundation towards the break. That middle game of the Astros series, blowing the 6-1 lead, the whole here we go again, and then Angel Martinez, our Swiss Army knife, eking one over that accessible left field line fence, was a thing of beauty. That was a huge win, so we can parlay that into a nice winning streak or a hot clip. That will certainly be remembered as a turning point when we momentarily blew the 6-1 lead, but didn't accept our fate as just another collapse and pulled that thing out. Great series in Houston. We play the White Sox well. 7-game winning streak against the White Sox. Major League Baseball plays the White Sox well. Other than the Colorado Rockies taking a bit of heat off of them, a solid 10 games worse, the White Sox are the scourge of the American League. Now, they can pitch a little bit. They've called up some prospects. You can never take a division rivalry lightly, especially when we ourselves have been struggling in spots like this, but just be diplomatic. This is an attainable 4 games. Starts today with the doubleheader. I really hadn't been the biggest Logan Allen guy, but he's pitching great. His job security's never been better. I forgot to talk about him last episode. His job security's never been better. He just continues to pitch well, and with the dark cloud of this Ortiz scandal and other factors, Logan Allen doesn't even have to look over his shoulder anymore, which is crazy because earlier in the year I was like, all right, circle your calendar. When Bieber comes back, Logan Allen either becomes our mop-up guy or heads to Columbus. But nope, Logan Allen's here to stay. Hammy was right about Angel Martinez being here to stay. Angel Martinez had one of his big moments in April or maybe early May, and Hammy was like, he could forget directions to I-71. He's staying with the big league club, and he sure is. So that's the week to be going into the break. I wanted to mention, just because all the weekend series are launching going into the break, that across the league there's a couple good pitching matchups. Joe Ryan versus Paul Skeens, Pirates Twins. And then we have Scooball going against Castillo, Tigers Mariners. At the moment, believe it or not, we're actually sort of pulling for the Tigers as they've built such a healthy division lead, and the Mariners are one of the teams we could reasonably dream of catching in this very muddy wild card water. So I wanted to mention those good matchups league-wide, and I wanted to speculate on our next call-up. Who doesn't love reckless speculation of prospects this time of year? Plenty of guys mashing at Columbus. CJ Kayfus, Chase DeLauder, Juan Brito. We're not going to pull in athletics and call up 5 people in one day, so who is coming up next? And that's a spicy one. I love Kayfus' ultimate upside right here, right now. DeLauder's a beast, and my vote, Juan Brito. I still like Daniel Schneemann, but with Schneemann coming back to earth a bit, still effective in spurts, but no longer has that like 810 OPS sort of hot hand underdog flair to him right now. And with Nolan Jones finally sort of pulling his weight and doing a little something here and there, I'd like to see Juan Brito up here next. We're being careful with DeLauder because of his extensive injury history, and that's fine. And I guess Kayfus has recently developed an alarming K rate, so we want to nip that in the bud because that wasn't his problem in the lower minors. So Antonetti, whatever, the decision makers and company feel like that's coachable. So I'm fine with that. But Brito, we wanted Brito to win this second base job so bad in spring training. And he got off that egregious 2 for 28 start. I don't understand what's changed. He ended up salvaging his spring training to a degree after that awful start. Hit a few late homers to where his slash line was still pretty ugly, but he at least showed some power and quality at bats. And yeah, I'd love to see Brito up here dang soon. So I got Juan Brito on my bingo card, but I will be very eager to promote and celebrate the promotion of Kayfus, DeLauder, and Brito. All those presumably in an offset order coming at some point in the second half. I didn't get a chance to pull up today's specific lineup. First pitch is at 3:10. But like I said, Rocchio has really emerged. I think that he's going to hold off Arias for that shortstop job once they're both healthy. I know he's got it by default right now with Arias hurt, but Rocchio had a 12-hit series against the Tigers in the playoffs, and I just think to oversimplify it in a vacuum, Rocchio and Arias are both frustrating guys who've shown us about the same amount of promise. And to me, just when it comes down to a coin flip, how about someone who showed up on the big stage of the playoffs? So right now, for better or worse, our shortstop options are Brian Rocchio or Gabriel Arias. And even when Arias is back, I say we make that Rocchio's job to lose. So we'll see how that ends up going. And I'm very confident we can take 3 out of 4 from these Sox, especially playing good. Sweeping the Astros in their house gave us a nice confidence boost. Cicconi's gem saved the bullpen to a degree in a fuller week without that midweek off day. Huge for Cicconi to go 7. Always huge on getaway day, even huger when there's not a segue day off between series. So shout out to Cicconi for keeping our always somewhat overworked bullpen somewhat relaxed, and see what we can take from these White Sox here. That's about it. Thanks for watching on Abraham Drinking. Just want to do a quick one before the doubleheader here. And be sure to check the boys out Mondays at 6 from the Lincoln Lounge for their funny general content podcast, The Mental Ward, Sundays at 6. And Coffee with Tree, Sundays at 9 on Abraham Drinking. YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts. And go try. Let's not be stewing going into the break. Let's be trending in the right direction going into the break and fresh off bullying those White Sox. Because, kick them while they're down. Even with the Rockies taking the heat off them, they're still pretty down.
Play ball!
If they don't win, it's a shame.